Welcome back. Dynamic programming. Dynamic programming is nothing but extension of recursion, or we can call it as smart recursion. Let's recap few topics before we start exploring DP. One is function calling and recursion. Function calling. So what happens when we call a function? Whenever you call any function, the current function variable's state and the next line address after the function call will be stored onto the system stack. Let me show you an example. Now in this case I am going to call function f1 from the main. So what happens now? Before the function f1 is called, the state of A and B and the next line after the function, this line address will be pushed onto the system stack. Now if you enter f1 and again here you have declared two variables C and D. Now if you call f2 function, before going to f2 function, the variables C and D and the next line after the function address will be stored onto the system stack. Now you enter f2. After entering f2, you just print whatever there in the f2 and you go back to f1. Now from the system stack, the address of this line will be recovered and the state of C and D will be restored. Now you encounter end of the function and you go back to this line, because in the stack this line address and the variable values of A and B are stored. Now you will go back to this line and you return from the main function. Okay, so to show this diagrammatically, this is how it looks. So from the main function you call f1 and on the system stack the variable A and B values are stored, and the next line, this is the next line, the address of next line is stored. Now you enter function f1. Now in the f1 you are declaring two variables C and D. Now again you are going to call function f2. Before going to f2 function, the state of f1 C and D and the next line, the printf address, this line's address, okay, next line address is stored onto system stack and f2 is called, and whatever is there in the f2 is executed and you will return to f1. Okay, this item will be pulled out from the system stack. Okay, from this stack you will know the address of the line from where the execution has to be started. From that line the execution will start and the variable values C and D values will be restored and it will complete the execution of function f1. Now you will again go back to main program, and in the main program from the stack you will retrieve, this is the address from where you have to execute again. So the execution goes to this line and the values of A and B from the stack it is restored and it is assigned and it will complete the execution. Okay, this is about function calling. This is how something works behind the screen whenever you call any function. So catch you in the next video. I will be explaining about recursion in the next video. Bye.